I was like, still trying to get ready. The dogs are gonna come running because I said, hello. Hi. How are you guys doing? Oh, I almost dropped my mirror. Hi, honey. I know Mommy's talking. So, I wanted to hop on really fast and first say hi. Oh my gosh, my dog is in my lap. Honey, I wasn't talking to you. I love you so much. I know, he's so handsome. So, the other day, when I was live, oh, I know, I love you. Say hi. Oh, say hi. Look at this guy. The other day when I was live and I was super duper late for my doctor's appointment, I realized there was a whole section. Hi, Aubrey Taco, how are you? I realized there was a whole section of my notes that I didn't hit, and I have been swearing up and down, I'm gonna go live in the morning, and I'm gonna say it, and la la la, and then life takes over. So I did not do that. But I wanted to come on right now and finish what I started. So you guys, because I had said, oh, I'm gonna give you guys some engagement tips, and then I never did. I don't know if you guys have noticed. First of all, hi Aubrey Taco, I hope you're doing okay. I don't know if you guys have noticed on my page, but I've been trying some different things and doing some different stuff. And so my engagement has been a little funky, but it's on purpose. I do that sort of thing. I like to test out things and see what works and see what doesn't. Sometimes I get irritated with myself because I'm like, I just screwed that all up, but it's the only way to kind of learn. Like for me, I just have to do things. So if you've noticed my engagement's funky, that's why. But I had some good things that I wrote down that I wanted to tell you guys. It's about 10 tips that I wrote. So I'm assuming you're probably doing a few of them. And if you're not, surprise. But if you are, keep doing it. Because I know some of these I talk about 150,000 times. So I'll jump into it. First of all, when we post, we've already talked about our posting kind of like times, like hitting up people that, like if you're trying to talk to like the working mom, you got to post when like you would think a working mom is available or is on or whatever. So kind of going into that. So let's say you post, you have to make sure you respond to every comment. It's really important. If you don't respond, it kind of looks like, well, I don't want to say it looks bad because not everyone can respond to everything, but if you want to grow your engagement and you want to stretch out a post and you want to, you know what I mean? You have to like respond in order to grow a relationship or speak to people. So it's kind of like you have to respond. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, make sure you respond to every single comment. I've also talked about when you respond to kind of space it out a little bit. So like in the first 15 minutes, I kind of respond a lot. And then after that, I just kind of let it slide and I kind of hit it, you know, every once in a while. I kind of like batch, like I call it batching. So I'm not online all day, every day. Like today I was online for 2 hours going through Friends and I just was like falling asleep. I'm like, wow, this sucks. So respond to every comment is number 1. Oh, and a little thing that I also wrote, oh, this is a good one. Match their comment value. So let's say they post a heart, I would respond with like a heart. If they posted like, have a great Tuesday, I would be like, you too, I hope you have the best day. Or if they ask a question, then I would respond like that. So you want to kind of match the comment value. That's kind of how you grow relationships. You don't want to be too much, you don't want to be too little. So if you match it, it's all good, right? Right. Number 2, be a human and talk how you normally talk. And this kind of goes with like the copy and paste too. People know it's not you responding if you're just copy and pasting something. If you notice, the way I speak is the way I type. If you were to ever look at any of my posts or anything I've ever written, a comment or anything, You can probably hear it in my voice, like when you read it, like you're like, oh yeah, she said that. Because that I want to come through in everything I do. Like that's how people grow to know you or grow to trust you, because we're online, so it's hard to like know somebody. So we want to be as authentic as possible. So, and also have fun with it. Be a little extra. You know, everybody always says, oh, Bethany, you're so extra. Yeah, I know, but there's a reason, right? Like I'll be like over the top and it gets your attention. If I'm like, hey, the dogs come running, here they come, you know what I mean? Like, so you want to be kind of a little extra, have your energy. Like I did not have any energy before I came on here, so I'm sorry, but like that. All right, number 3. Oh, this is a good one. So talk like a relationship has already been established. So when somebody comments on one of my posts, like if you'll notice, I'll be like, oh my God, I hope you're having the best day. Or I'll say something as if you might think I actually know that person and I really have not a clue who they are on God's green earth. I mean, some of them I do, but like, you wouldn't know that I didn't know that person by the way that I'm like responding to them. Like you wouldn't know that that was the first time. Like this girl that just commented on my post literally before I came on here. I was talking to her and you would have no idea that I didn't know her, and she actually ended up in my inbox. She's messaging me right now and she's like, can you tag me in a video on how to like apply these? I don't understand how it works. I'm like, oh yeah, like, and we've like never talked before, ever. So make them feel like you already have an established relationship, even if you don't. Because when you guys start connecting like that, they're going to start seeing your stuff and you are going to start to build a relationship. So if you kind of start with like an open door, you know, then they feel comfortable and then it just kind of can grow from there. So, number 4. So this one, I don't always do this, but I guess it kind of depends. It says try not to use abbreviations, but I use abbreviations, but like I do it to where it's funny because it's the way I speak. So when I do abbreviations, I'll be like, most deaf. And it's not because I think I'm part of like an old school rap band. It's because that's the way I speak, right? Like at home, as my kids, like that's just how I talk. Everything I do or say or write is really how I say things. So I type it as I say it. But having certain abbreviations, like you know how people say stuff like the I don't want to say LOL because everybody knows what that means, but you know how they have like abbreviations for things nowadays? Like literally somebody will write like NDC, right? And then I go and like Google, what in the heck is NDC? I don't even, like, I'm old now. I'm not like cool and hip like I used to be. So don't use abbreviations that like people might not know. So think about it. Like maybe think like, would my mom know what this means or would my kid know what this means? And then you can know, should I use that abbreviation or not, right? Because not everybody knows those things. They're not the easiest. So I like that. Okay, so number 5, look at this pen I got in the mail today. They sent me for free. Isn't that cool? So number 5 kind of ties back into what I said in number 1, comment to create engagement, like open-ended questions. So I've already said that probably 9 million times. I don't need to say it again. You guys know every time I try to keep it open-ended when I respond, or like when you're matching the comment value, that's not always the easiest, but keeping it open means that way they can come back. So if they say something like, I love, that's such a pretty blue. Let's say they say that. I could be like, doesn't it remind you of the sky? Or last time I wore this was da 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 da, or something to like keep it open to where you know they could potentially come back to respond. Hi, Kimberly, how are you? Okay, number 6. Be polite, appreciative, and go above and beyond. Like and appreciate and go. Oh, sorry, I mixed it into another comment. dang, they're having a party out there. I wasn't invited neither. So just be, you already, I'm sure you guys all speak that way. You're all polite. I'm always like, thank you so much. Like if somebody says something like that, Manny's so pretty. Thank you so much. Like I'm always trying to be as kind as possible. Even if I'm having like the worst day and I just want to be like, take that Manny and shove it. Like I don't say it. Like I just go, oh, thank you so much. And then I'm like, and I slam my phone, right? Like I always try to portray kindness all the time. Now there was a girl in my inbox earlier I wasn't that kind to, but she was weird. She wanted pictures. And I don't just send people pictures, I need to know why. So things like that, I'm not so kind, but you know what I'm saying. So, number 7, like and comment. Okay, so this is a new one I just started doing to kind of see what happens. Again, I think that's why my engagement's a little funky because I've been doing a few of these things to check it out. So like and comment on pages that you aren't friends with. So this has been a little different. Like, you know how a lot of times on Facebook, there can be comments, like you see like Sally responded to Kelly's comment or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see that sometimes. You can see your friend's activity. So when you see that, and if it's like some sort of post that you can talk on or respond to or be like, oh my God, your hair looks so hot or whatever. Even if you're not friends with them, comment and be like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Because then that's going to make them be like, wait, who are you? And so then they can potentially go to your page and look and you know, just kind of look at you and it kind of starts to form that, okay. And then you'll kind of pop up in their suggested. I noticed that yesterday with this girl that I did it to. Her name was Jada. And it was so funny because her picture, it was a really pretty picture. I think it was her face or something, or her hair. It was like so pretty. I was like, oh my God, so pretty. And then it was funny because all of a sudden she starts popping up in my suggested. And I know that she probably was like, wait, what? And so she was probably looking at my page, you know what I mean? So a good way to try to start to open the doors to more people without just adding a bunch of friends would be to comment on, you know, something that you see your friend commented on or whatever. Or even if they shared like Sally from the Valley's Halloween look, and then you go on to the picture itself and not just what was shared. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when you click on the picture and you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, or you know, whatever, this is so scary, or whatever you're gonna say. And then that starts building these other relationships. Do you know what I mean? So I just started doing that. I can't really tell you 100% where I'm at with it yet, but I wanted to give all the tips that I've been trying. In this month, I've really started doing things that I haven't tried before. Just doing, sometimes if I change things, I'll just throw 1 or 2 things in the mix and change it. And right now it's, I guess you would call it maybe like blitzing. I'm like trying all kind of stuff. It's not probably the smartest thing in the world because I can't gauge where everything's at, but it's like I'm just checking things out because I like to give you guys tips and ideas. And if one thing doesn't work for you, maybe 2 of the other things I said did. And the only way that I can tell you is if I kind of try and tell you. So that's, you don't have to do all of these. I suggest you try and see how it works because that's kind of what I do, right? Okay, next. So this is what I already said this earlier. So don't post and disappear. So again, like I said, for like the first good 15 minutes, probably, I try to like respond, even though I just posted right now and now I'm live, so I have no idea what's happening. But in the first like 15 minutes or so, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 20, life happens, I'll respond to things and get my post alive. Like you want Facebook to go, dang, people like this post, you know what I mean? And so then it's kind of flowing and going. And then after that initial 15, 20 minutes, then I'll come back in every once in a while and start hitting it. You know what I mean? Like responding to things. Like I'll come back, and if there's like 5 comments, I'll hit 3 of them, let the other 2, you know, rest for a while, come back, hit a few more. You know what I'm saying? So I already said that, so whatever. Oh, when you get new friends, okay, so we were all talking about how we're adding friends and meeting new people and getting all these friend requests. Personally today, I probably had like 200. My brain hurts. I feel like I was just online all day and I got nothing done. I'm doing well, miss you. I miss your face. What was I saying? So when you get some of the, you know, when you're like surfing through those new friend requests, or if you're looking and friending people, you know, either end of the spectrum, I suggest like when you get, now listen, if you've got like 400 friend requests coming through, I don't expect you to go and interact on, let's say you accept 200 of them. I don't expect you to interact on 200 people's stuff. But if you have like a few friend requests come through, I would have, you know, when you look at their page and see if they're worth even kind of friending. We talked about this the other day. I'm not saying anything mean about people. I'm just saying sometimes not everyone is worth it. Interacting on some of their stuff, like even just their profile picture or like the first couple posts that they have, if they had a couple, just like when you have a new friend, kind of getting in there and interacting a little bit, because too many times I feel like people friend and then ghost. And you're like, and that leaves us to go through later and search like what I did today and just delete. I had so much dead weight. It was unbelievable. So not only does that help us with seeing if they're worth it to be a friend, it also kind of gets it to you to where you know this new person's going to be seeing your stuff, right? Is this number 10? Oh, I had 11 things. Oh no, this had to do with that. Just kidding, I just numbered it weird. So I also wrote as like underneath it, you could even send a personal message relating to some of their content if you wanted. So you know, if you're like on their page and they have a picture of like their brand new Mustang they bought yesterday, you can interact on their little Mustang picture, or you could even take it to Messenger and be like, oh my gosh, nice to meet you. I'm so grateful to have you as a friend. I saw your Mustang. I love purple cars. Not saying I know that it's purple. But, you know, it's just a way that you can kind of interact and ensure that there's going to be, they're going to see your stuff as you post. I've also started kind of trying to post, like before I post is when I really get as much interaction going as possible on my page. Like if I know I'm going to be posting at 4 o'clock, then like from like 2 to 4, I'm making sure that I'm doing things to kind of get my Facebook roll. Okay, that's a lie, not 2 to 4, probably 3 to 4. But maybe if I did 2 to 4, it'd be better. But I try to interact with things, delete people, add people, go through and see who responded to my birthdays, do stuff like that to kind of get my Facebook rolling before I even post. Now, this past probably week, I tried to not interact at all and just go live or just post or just, and because I've heard plenty of people say, you don't need to do that. You don't need to go on your Facebook, Personally, for me, my interaction is so much lower when I don't do, I call it warming up my Facebook. People don't like that term. I really don't care. It's what I use. If I don't warm up my Facebook, my lives, I feel like are not that good. My, like last night when I went live, I didn't warm up my Facebook at all. And I just felt like my views were so low. Also though, our numbers are not correct when we're live anymore. Like right now it's showing that like no one's on, but I see comments. So I also don't really believe the numbers, but the after effect numbers that I look at definitely are different. Like my live last night, I don't even know if I've broke 300 views yet. And for me, that's not normal. Like generally that night, whatever, I'm not gonna get into it, but I'm just saying it's good to like look at their stuff, comment on it, or get in their messenger and be like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Nice to meet you. I love your purple Mustang, da, da, da. Right? Okay. Number 10. I could literally talk about this all day. Can you tell? I'm just talking. It is showing me that there are 2 of us watching. Yeah, so these numbers, I'm just saying, I don't believe them. Facebook's gonna make me go live and talk stuff again, and then it's not gonna be pretty. Even though that freaking live sure did get some hits, but my favorite one that I was talking about earlier about memories is utilize your memories. I use them every single day. In my memories, I have quotes that I did a year ago, so no one's gonna remember I did that quote. I've screenshot so many quotes from like a year ago that you guys probably are like, oh, that's such a good quote. Yeah, it's recycled. So you can recycle posts. You can share like memories, and that shows that you're like a human. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're like, look at my daughter kicking a soccer ball, and then you can be like, oh my God, back in the day. Like, my memory this morning, like, made me cry almost. Like, it kind of brings us all back to being human and being normal and not just selling nail polish. Like, people are like, oh yeah, you're like a mom, or you're a cook, or you're a businesswoman, or what have you, right? So, but it also... You should keep your purple hair forever. Oh, it's going bye-bye in November. Is it November 2nd? I think my appointment's on the 2nd or the 4th, but it's going bye-bye. My hair lady's gonna kill me, but I have a new idea. So purple's gone. I have to, because so many people are doing it now. And I want to be different. Clearly. Hi, Holly. Okay, so the one thing I really love about Facebook Memories is it shows you all of your friends that you made on that day. So for me, a year ago is when I had really first that's like a year and a half ago, I had really started adding people. So in my memories, it pops up all those friends that I had made like a year ago, and 9 times out of 10, I had not interacted with them in a while, unless there's someone that were like a true follower of mine from like when I first started. So a lot of them they haven't seen my content in a really long time, and I definitely don't want them to remember those lives from a year and a half ago compared to these lives now, because those lives were tough. So it's kind of good, you can reconnect. So those names pop up, like you made 5 friends today, and you can go back and go to their pages and kind of interact a little bit and kind of refresh that friendship. So I thought that was really awesome, because I utilize memories all the time. So love your background. Thank you. This is Alexa's, actually. She bought it. She wanted to put it on her wall, and I stole it. I actually have another one over there. I was gonna go live on my computer, but I didn't. I'm so used to doing it on my little table right here, but I have another one, and I want to get one more that I've been eyeing. But it's hard because you have to be careful with your background, especially with hair like this. I have to like be really careful, and like my shirt, I have to be careful what I'm wearing because it could just wash me all out. So this I thought was fun because it kind of goes with the hair. Anyway, so those were just my 10 tips, and I also need to pick up my prescription from Costco if you want to see my to-do list. Those are just my 10 tips that I had found that those are other ones that I've been trying out to see how it goes. I do a lot of experimenting on my page, so some of those that I've been doing I think are pretty good. I've cleaned out a lot of friends, so my interaction is like crap right now because I'm kind of messing with my Facebook a bit, and which is fine. I want to try new things and try stuff out. So for me, it doesn't matter. But most of my selling happens in Messenger anyway, so my page is kind of like a commercial, and then my Messenger is kind of like the show. Is how I kind of look at it. So you have to get a new background when you change your hair. I know. We have to. I don't want to say go back to normal, because I don't know if I'll ever be normal, but I I don't know if it's gonna be this colorful. It's gonna make me sad though, because this is kind of like part of my life now. I don't know, we'll see. Even at Aiden's parent-teacher conference yesterday, all the teachers were stopping me. They were like, oh my God, your hair's so cool. I'm like, really? I'm about to get rid of it. But I get tired of things so fast. I have no idea how I've stayed married. I get so tired of things. Like, I just get bored and I like want something different. So I mess up my hair. So that's it, you guys. That was kind of my little engagement ideas that I've been working on. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Our BQ strips, the best in show from corporate, should be here like any day now. I know they were sending them out. I can't picture you normal, right? It's funny because even in my Facebook memories, when they pop up and I see like my old hair, I'm like, ooh, who's that girl? Like, it's just weird. Like, it's kind of cool because you can see the progression of like how you've grown, I guess would be a good way to put it. Like, I've watched how I've grown in the last like 18 months or whatever, and it's kind of cool. Like, I noticed when you first start, it's like you're kind of like nervous, right? And you're just like, I don't know how it's gonna go, and you're just like, you hold yourself back a little bit. And then I can see as I was like started getting more comfortable like in what I was doing and comfortable in what I was saying and comfortable in my own skin. It's funny because then it was like I could see the shift. So it's kind of cool in that sense. Like, I like that. Something funny, I placed 2 orders Saturday, both priority. That was funny. I feel like you're still typing. I'm gonna wait because I feel like you're still typing something. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. I was thinking about going live on my personal page tonight, but I'm kind of tired. I got the emails that the shipping packed have been created at the same time. Oh, really? Shipping packed. Well, were they placed back to back? If you do priority, I saw how they list things. There was like a breakdown, like every day, all the priorities get bumped up to the top. So they wait for the whole day or something to go through, and then all the priorities. But one is saying that it will be delivered today and the other Saturday. No way! And it's friggin' Wednesday. That's a huge change. That's weird. It must have been, that's weird. Ew. I wonder why that happened. Ew, I don't like that. You're like, what the heck? I wanted priority, fools. Oh, that's really weird. I'm sorry. I wonder if it has to do with the system, the mail system, or if it has to do with when they took it to the mail place. You know what I mean? Like, I always wonder how that works. That's annoying. And funny. Not really. You're like, I just want my nail polish. That's not funny. Oh, man. All right, you guys. If you have any questions about what I said, you can leave it below. I know this is a weird time, but the Hubs is supposed to be home in a half an hour, and I wanted to knock this out before he got here because I need to really vacuum this floor. And he made me promise that I was like gonna rest tonight. Sure. So anyway, leave me any comments below. If you have any questions, you can shoot me a message if you want. You can message your upline. All of those are great avenues to go through, and I appreciate all of you, and I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.